Blood Moon, a story by Andrew Marathi. Chapter 1. The Expedition Beckons. Alan and Peter stood amidst the bustling crowd, the grand hall of Cambridge University echoing with the murmur of excited voices. The occasion marked a significant moment for the aspiring science students. Excited? I know I am. This is going to be something. I can just tell. Alan adjusted his beige overshirt for the third time in as many minutes. I'm not getting my hopes up, Peter replied, shifting his brown leather laptop bag against his crisp white shirt and tie. What's got you so fired up? Just the way Professor Green was acting the other day. I know some good news is coming. You said that about the parking permit renewal too, Peter said. You were wrong then. They entered the majestic hall and found their seats just as Professor Green, a distinguished figure with greying hair, approached the podium. The room fell silent. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, and our brilliant students, Professor Green began, his voice carrying the weight of authority. I stand before you today to express my deepest gratitude for the generous funding we have received from the government this year. Applause rippled through the room. In just 2 weeks' time, we shall embark on a university-funded expedition to the unexplored depths of the Amazon jungle.
Alan exchanged a glance with Peter, a wide grin spreading across his face.
Alan and Peter, Professor Green continued, looking toward them. You both shall be part of the 6-person team chosen for this expedition. Joining you will be Alison Shelton as our photographer, Deborah Wilson, Derek Collins, and Frank Holden, a shining example of a biology student with extensive survival training. As the professor mentioned each team member, the room erupted in encouraging whispers. The Amazon jungle is a breathtaking place, but do not forget its inherent danger, the professor warned. Your safety is of utmost importance. We have arranged for Jack and Jason, knowledgeable local guides, to accompany you. Remember, this is a chance to collect valuable samples, but prioritize safety above all else. After the presentation, the team gathered at the front to exchange handshakes with the professor. The reality of the trip was finally settling in.
Leaving the grand hall, Alan and Peter navigated the labyrinthine corridors of the university.
Can you believe it, Peter? Alan exclaimed. We're actually going to the Amazon. Peter chuckled. It's like we've stepped into one of those adventure games we used to play. Let's just hope we don't stumble into anything too far above our pay grade. That's the beauty of it, Alan said. We're stepping out of the classroom and into the field. Later that afternoon, Alison and Deborah walked to the university parking lot. Alison carried a heavy backpack filled with camera bodies and lenses, while Deborah clutched her battered field notebook.
I've packed my wide-angle and macro lenses, Alison said, loading her gear into the trunk of her 4-wheel drive. If the canopy is as dense as they say, lighting is going to be a nightmare, but I think I can make it work. Just think of the unique flora, Deborah added, pulling out her notebook to double-check her packing list. I want to document the micro-ecosystems. This is our chance to actually contribute to the field. They settled into Alison's car, the hum of the engine signaling the beginning of their preparations. Across town, Frank pulled into the driveway of his apartment. The heavy rock music blaring from his car stereo faded as he cut the engine. Inside, he immediately began laying out his gear. Compasses, water filtration systems, and a heavy-duty survival machete. Alongside his scientific instruments, he packed a university-approved flare gun and a dense can of bear mace, standard precautions for deep jungle predators. Meanwhile, Derek sat in his modest kitchen, nursing a cup of tea opposite his mother. Her brows were furrowed with worry. "Derek, the Amazon? It's such a dangerous place," she said, wringing her hands.
"I know, Mum," Derek said gently, "but I've been studying for this for years. We have professional guides, and Frank is practically a survivalist. I'll be careful, I promise." Her stern expression softened, and she reached across the table to squeeze his hand. "I just worry, but I know how much this means to you. Just promise me you'll listen to the guides." "I promise," Derek said, and meant it. 2 weeks later, the team gathered at the university, their heavy canvas backpacks packed tight. With their spirits high, they made their way to the airport, bound for Manaus, Brazil. The journey across the Atlantic brought them to Eduardo Gomes International Airport, where the oppressive humidity wrapped around them the moment they stepped off the plane. They quickly navigated the bustling terminal to the tarmac, where a sturdy olive-green Huey helicopter awaited. Inside the helicopter, the thumping blades drowned out most conversation. The metallic scent of the aircraft intermingled with the damp, earthy smell of the approaching jungle. Frank leaned toward Jack, their seasoned guide. "Any particular challenges we should be prepared for right off the bat?" Frank yelled over the engine.
Jack glanced at him, his weathered face serious. Unpredictable weather and the terrain itself. You step wrong, you break an ankle. We stay on the path and we don't wander off. The jungle doesn't forgive mistakes. As the helicopter soared above the verdant canopy, the urban charm of Manaus gave way to a boundless green sea. The landscape unfurled beneath them, revealing meandering rivers and dense uncharted terrain. The helicopter began its descent, gently touching down in a small clearing nestled amidst towering trees. The team disembarked, their boots sinking into the soft, damp earth. The air was thick with the mingling scents of rotting wood and tropical flowers. As the helicopter lifted off and disappeared over the canopy, the true silence of the jungle settled over them, broken only by the cacophony of insects. They formed a tight-knit circle, adjusting their packs. "We've trained for this," Alan said, adjusting his straps. "Keep your eyes open and stay behind Jack and Jason," Frank added. With firm resolve, they took their first steps into the thick foliage, leaving civilization behind.